Hello! This is Cuberized, and welcome to my Craftoria Let's Play number 2. Today is going to be a big building day. We have a lot of things we need to create. We've been doing a lot of running around previous episodes, and actually in the last episode we went to the Nether, which was very exciting. And I, if you wanna, if you haven't seen it yet, go enjoy. So the point of us going was to get blaze rods. Now, to make the most of the blaze rods, we're going to create something from Mekanism called a crusher. And what that's going to allow us to do is we're going to be able to take, right now, if I take a blaze rod and I just put it in a crafting table, I'm going to get 2 blaze powders. And if I put it through a crusher, here's a Mekanism Crusher, I get 4. And right now, 4 is what I need. I need to make this stretch as far as possible because, well, the blazes scare me a little bit. And I want to be able to get the resources I need out of these. Yeah, so we're going to make that crusher. And of course, like the Mekanism's machines, the crusher is the basic one, where you cycle through one item at a time. The factories are the upgraded version, which we will get to, but we need to make the crusher first. We do need lava, and thankfully we have buckets. So I have 2 buckets, and I can't believe we're going to do this, but I may end up going back to the Nether if we don't have surface lava around somewhere, which I hope we do. I thought I saw some. So, checking really quick, that might be surface lava. So I'm going to run over there, which is just a little bit up the hill here, and we're going to grab some surface lava. And I don't have any food. We're not leaving. Just 1 second here. Let's do this with an open hand. We're just going to grab a few apples. And the mushrooms are slowly spreading. I came out and harvested, so that is a good thing as well. And what would be very nice is to be able to get a mushroom, so I can just have infinite amount of mushroom stew. And for those of you who don't know how that works, with a regular cow you can get milk, and with a mushroom you can get, am I even, yeah, I'm aimed in the right direction. You can get mushroom stew. So, who knew? They're very cool to find, and you can capture one and bring it home. The point is just finding them, and right now I haven't even found a, oh, there's another mineral tree. I have not even found a village yet, which is kind of surprising, but I have not truly been exploring much. This, I think, is what I thought was surface lava. No, whatever I think is surface lava is down here. I went right around it. Is it in the hole here? Yes, and it's not surface lava. It is... Okay, well, I should have guessed. Let's take a quick peek around. That is probably surface lava. So this is surface lava. So it's this is not, of course, the closest thing. All right, we're going to do a little run over here. And so my quick let's build a bunch of stuff is not so quick build a bunch of stuff. So I have to go do a little errand. But I will grab this since we're walking past. Oh, and more. Yes. I won't say no to iron. And won't say no to that either. I have used, I have been traded, I think it was 2 episodes ago, with one of the passing by merchants to get those apple saplings. So that in the interim, since I have not planted any kind of a garden, is been my food source, plus anything I find. So thankfully, find things in chests as we go along. But yeah, if we're going to be exploring, we're going to need a little bit more reliable food source. And I know I'm bouncing around up and down this hill, but it's worth it to get this iron. As I come through here, I try to pick up things back and forth as long as I have the space for them. Yeah, the addition of the butterflies is very nice. I like it. It gives a little bit more depth and complexity to a world that really isn't. Oh, food. I'll take that. Yep, we'll take wild things. Sure. Punch a plant. I think I need to go this way a little bit more. So the dungeon that I cleared out was this one here, and that was in the first few episodes. Got an amazing, more edibles. Got an amazing amount of spawners, and we brought the spawners home using cardboard boxes, which was very nice, and lots of loot in all the chests. And yes, I could have gone to the Nether, but this is actually infinitely safer. And we'll head home. So, yeah, and I like the fact I have step assist, so I don't have to hop, which is a nice thing. The other thing we want to do, and I'll grab that too, if there's time, is to go through and take a look at all the relics that I've picked up that I have not gone, not had the time, generally because I'm trying to live, to go ahead and see what they all are and equip some, because we want to make sure that I take advantage of anything that I pick up. I have lost my armor many times, and I thankfully am picking up armor to be able to go ahead and re-equip myself, so that hasn't been too much of a problem. But yeah, I do not have an anvil, and there goes my pickaxe. Okay. We have pigeons and butterflies and more iron. Okay, I'm going to stop looking. I'm just going to go back. Let me know what you feel about using commands like spawn, home, and back. I feel that because they are in the pack, and you can set your home, that these are acceptable, which, by the way, it's right there, acceptable commands to use. I don't try to use them often, but there are situations, especially like last episode in the Nether, where it was very advantageous to be able to do home and get out of there. So, and I know there's a skeleton shooting me in the back. Yeah, and we're just kind of trying to ignore him at the moment, just so we can get home. So yes, I've had 2 wandering merchants of the vinery persuasion stop by, and yeah, they left their donkeys. So don't know what to do with them, and I don't really want to kill them, but so they're hanging out outside. All right, so what I'm working on here is the crusher. Need to make that, which means I need glass, and I think I've got, yes. So the downside of this is you have to actually go through these various, and I'm even catching the furnace here, which is nice. I found raw pork, or killed piglins to get raw pork when I was in the Nether, and yeah, so I have food. Oh, I have strawberries too. Let me put the strawberries away. Okay, put the tomatoes up too. Grab the apples. So it's nice to be able to, I think I even have, yep, I even have more. So, nice thing to pick up. Alright, let me grab the glass. should be able to do what I need right now with that. No, I don't have enough steel. Really? Okay, I don't. I thought, an enriched iron. I do. Excuse me, there goes my voice. And I do have iron, and I have blocks of, oh, I have blocks of iron, yes. The blocks of iron was for the ferricore, which I now have somewhere. There's the ferricore. So let's take, let's break this down into ingots. Okay. So we're going to run this through here. I've got this one already. I do need an enrichment chamber at some point. We're going to just wing it here until I can get what I need. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, yeah, do I have... Let me look at... I'm trying to find my tiny coal. There it is. And we can go ahead and smelt that up. So with this crusher, we'll be able to multiply the number of blaze powders we get, which will be handy. And we have our 2 lavas. And I probably am going to need more coal. I think charcoal works. I do not think that... I know that lignite does not work. And I don't want to overdo this. Because I'm going to put in... enrich the coal to make it last longer. When I get an enrichment chamber, which is one of the next things to do. Okay, so we have our steel going. Okay, so that is done, yes. So here we go. We're going to make this steel casing, and then we're going to make the... I have those, I thought. Do I not have those? I do, they're just in a chest. Okay. Got them. Made them in an earlier episode. So, we got our buckets back, which is nice that it doesn't consume the buckets, and we have our crusher. So, and you can see the issue here, which is I'm running out of faces to put things on. So, and I'm also going to run out of fuel. Where is my canister? There it is. I'm going to take the canister and I'm going to put some charcoal in it. And do we have lignite? Not that I can see. Okay, but just to make sure, and this canister, fuel canister, we made, well, actually we got it as a reward, which was nice because it's part of the quest for just dire things. And we'll take a look at that here in a second. But, yeah, so you can take the canister, and when you right-click on it, it opens it up, and then anything that cannot go in, it will have this red background. So anything that can go in, you can just click in, and it adds to the total, and then this can be put in, and it just continually fuels this until it runs out, as it needs it. Because it's like when you're trying to cook an item in a furnace and you put in a coal and you're only cooking one item, like you're making, you're cooking one piece of chicken. The rest of that energy is lost, but using this fuel container, it isn't, because it only uses what it needs. So here's a crusher, And we are going to find where I put the blaze rods. Okay, so this should work. Yes, and it's got its energy, and it's got a noise associated with it. So we're going to turn that off. So tile machine crusher mechanism, we're going to mute that. So no need to actually make a... and I don't want to crush all these all at once, just in case I need them whole. But you can use that feature here in your inventory to muffle machines, so you don't actually have to use this muffling upgrade. Saves on a little bit on resources. Alright, so we've got that. So check on that. So we've made our... and we've got our blaze powder. So what we want to do with that is a number of things. One of the things that I'm running into is, of course, I'm dying all the time. And when you die, you don't necessarily get back. Is that an Enderman? With... We're not going to make eye contact. We're looking down. Oh, he flitted away. Okay. Alright. That's fine. I thought I saw an Enderman with a backpack, so slightly distracted by that. Alright, so back here. So because of that, there are different ways to hold experience. And for what I want to do, just to hold my own experience, let alone to hold experience when I eventually make some kind of mob grinder, masher, spawner setup, I want to be able to do that. So one of the things that you can do, there's two. One's an experience lantern from Create. Another one is an experience holder from Just Dire Things. And then there's the, and I'm sure there's others. And then there's the Singularity XP Drain. The way this works is you stand on it, like you yourself will stand on it, and it sucks all of the experience out of you and puts it as a liquid in a tank. And then you can use a, I think it's a faucet, AU. No, I don't think so. Let's see, XP, go back to XP. Oh, maybe it's a tap. Tap? Yes. So you put a tap, it looks like a faucet. You put a tap on the tank, and then you can turn it on, and it literally drops experience orbs. So then you can stand in front of it and have it drop orbs, and you can collect the experience. So that's another way of doing things. So utilizing a few of these together is a good thing. So, okay, so going back to experience, this one takes a copper casing, and I have copper, so that's not really an issue, and a sponge, that can be a little problematic because I don't, and a block of experience, which I definitely, well, I don't have, and I don't know that I have the Create setup to make said block of experience, because you need to do this. Doable. The other one is this, and it's Just Dire Things. It takes an emerald, an ender pearl books, and the Blazegold. Well, Blazegold is the next tier up on the goo. So when we look at, which we're going to need to do, when we look at Just Dire Things, this Blazebloom goo will make us Blazegold. So because I've finished this, I can do this, and this is where I needed the blaze powder. And from running through the dungeon, I got this wither skeleton skull. So I'm good there, and I got nether wart. So I am good there. So the actual thing that was holding me back was the blaze powder. And here is the wither skull. And we're going to go get the nether wart, which I think I put over here somewhere. Yes. Which I think if you just put it here, you get nether wart. Yes. So what I do need, though, is this. Now, the upside of this is when you go ahead and... oh, I need a... yeah, this needs a shovel. So if you look at it, you can see where it says Primogel goo, and there's a shovel next to it. It's not something you use a pickaxe on. Okay. So to feed this right now, you need either sugar or rotten flesh. So I find it's very easy to feed it at this level. We're going to go ahead and make the next level up of goo. And the other thing we want, we're going to want a creature catcher, which is this lovely thing from Just Dire Things, which also takes Blazegold. So gold is going to be a big deal, but this is super fun and very, very handy. It's kind of the equivalent of the this thing, the mob imprisonment tool, but this takes plastic and a ghast tier, and the other one um, does not. This takes an ender pearl, but I have ender pearls, and I've been able to find ender pearls in chests. I'm not finding ghast tiers in chests. So this is a real big thing to get this early on. So there is the goo. So let's make our second layer of goo. And there it is, and that's what we needed our first 4 blaze powders for, is this. And yes, we got the quest completed. I'm going to borrow a piece of dirt here. Just put this down so I can put the goo on top. Okay. And there we go. Now, this requires blaze powder, which we've already talked about is, right now, not an easy thing to get. But it takes nether wart, which we gathered like a half a stack. Oh no, not quite. We just got we got a little bit, but they're blocks of nether wart, which equates to more than a stack of nether wart. So we have plenty of nether wart to feed this because we went in the dungeon and took the time to pick up the blocks. And I think there's still more down there, so if I get close to running out and I need more, plus we can grow some. So all these options we have available to us. So that was also one of the things needing to make was the better goo. And we can feed that and do that. So while we've got that going on, I'm going to go ahead and take gold that I already have ingots, and we're going to make some blocks. More blocks than we need, but I'm going to go ahead and get these going. So I've already fed it, so you can see that it isn't showing something on its face that it needs to be fed, and I'm going to go ahead and give it, and this is why I have the hole underneath, is so that I can put a block on every single face. And just like the iron and the coal, it's going to leach into it here. And leech is probably not the right word. Kind of grow into it, and it's going to convert these into blaze gold ingots. So let me put this stuff away. I've got Lots of stuff here going on. Alright, so that's doing its thing. So while that's going on, because we need that to be able to make the experience, let's go ahead and do the other thing I'd like to do, which is the mining dimension. So for the mining dimension, and the reason for that is I'm going to need more diamonds. I don't have a lot. I have 8. I'm going to need more, and I'd prefer to mining portal. So there's mining portals to essentially an overworld type dimension that's flat, one that is a nether styled dimension, one that is an end dimension. So these are very handy to have access to, but that's what you need to do it. So you need to have obsidian, and you need a diamond pickaxe. So I happen to have a diamond pickaxe in my inventory here. I have 2. Don't know if this needs to be unbroken to work in the mining portal, but we're going to try it out. And where I'm going to get my obsidian from is when I was down in the... Where did I put it? Here it is. When I was down in the dungeon, I used the cardboard boxes that I had created to pick up some obsidian. Now, it's in a cardboard box, but... So it's not exactly... I still have to mine it, but at least I can just plop it down. And we need 8. So let's do that. There's 8. I'm going to put the rest of these back in here. We're going to take off okay, we get our 8 cardboard boxes back, which is nice. There's one missing. Oh, there it is. Okay. So something to think about when you go into a dungeon, you want to take these boxes if you can, and they do stack in stacks of 16, so be aware of that. That they're not 64, but they're so useful to be able to pick up so many different things, including if you happen to find cake, which I love cake. Who doesn't love cake? That you can bring a cake back to your base and then have it at your base, either for decoration or for use. So here we go. I'm going to ultimine this. It's going to take a second because it's obsidian. Okay, perfect. Got it. Got the ice bucket challenge. All right, and then we're going to go ahead here and see if I can do that. Yes. So even if you have a damaged diamond pickaxe, it'll still work with the mining portal. So don't feel like you have to... I was hoping that was the case. Don't feel like you have to make a new one. So we can actually use this a little bit more. And with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and then take these as well, now that I have confirmed that. And do that to this as well. So let me... might as well break these. So if you didn't have the cardboard boxes and you did break these when you were down in the dungeon, that's fine, because you can still use the pickaxe even if it's damaged. And there we go. So now I've reclaimed what I needed to reclaim here with these boxes, and I still have my obsidian. Yeah, I made a lot of boxes. I made over 2 stacks of boxes because I've got this going on and this is filled with spawners. So, but I did one of the points of going to the Nether was actually getting a blaze spawner, so that I can get experience and blaze rods. Yay! That's definitely worth it. So, if you happen to have a damaged pickaxe, you can use that. I have another one over here. Yeah. Oh, and I did get a Kopesh from having one of those skeletal things attack me. So, they seem to like to hang out here along with the husks, which is a bit of a surprise when you step outside and you have one of those that you're nose to nose with. All right, so we have the what we need for the mining dimension. Let's go check quickly on. Yep, it did what it's supposed to do. And I have a friend. And no, just not even gonna. Not gonna do that right now. So with these, I'm gonna go ahead. Do I have? Yes, let's do that. Got that going on. I know I'm going to need to crush another one of these, so let's do that. I'm going to put that away. So I still have, yeah, I've gone through and made a lot of different planks, just cutting up things, and I still have more boxes over here. So being able to have my base chunk loaded is handy, but even if it's not, just standing here and sorting through things, you can have your machines running. It's also nice to have a base that's, you know, kind of within one chunk. All right, so other things we want to do. We actually want to make, I'm going to go ahead and claim some rewards here from what we've been doing. So with artifacts, we picked this up. Haven't actually looked to see what it is, but we picked it up. And we got this one as well, and this one when we were in the Nether. And all of this is giving experience, which again is great for doing some enchanting, which is one of the things I would like to do. We got power because we picked up, oh, the dielectric paste. We got the supplies needed to make dielectric paste. And so now we have dielectric paste, which is the reward. So once you get these, so another reason to have this is to progress in power. With just dire things, we ended up with the primal coal that we needed, the number of ingots smelted, and the fuel canister was given as a reward. So we have a bunch of new things. And then we just did the goo. Oh, we got something more. That's nice. So I just picked up... so this is... Yeah. Okay. These, I think, can be run through an enhancement chamber? Enrichment chamber? Yes. Okay. But this guarantees you 4. If you break it, I think you get 3 or 4. Oh, you only get 1? Oh, yeah. We definitely want to enrich these. Okay. So we are going to hold on to... Let me put these over here so I don't inadvertently get excited. I'm going to wait until I can enrich these and make sure I get 4. How are we doing up here? We're doing great. I've got Blazegold. So back to the ferricore. So I got that one. And then, so with ferricore, we need to make the 4 pieces of armor. We need to make the ferricore wrench. And the ferricore wrench actually it works, I mean, you don't have to, there's no upgrading the wrench, there's just making the wrench, which will allow you to rotate blocks. And then we've got the tools, and there's all these tools to go ahead and make. And then we can even make Primogel soil, which we're not going to get a reward for. So I'll just click that. In fact, I will click this one as well. So let's do the armor. See if we have enough of. I think we have plenty to do the armor, and we'll compare this to what we're actually wearing. See what's better. It kind of looks like the same style as the compressed iron, as far as the shape of it. It's just definitely a different color. Okay, so I am wearing compressed iron, and so we're going to compare that with, so this gives us 2 iron, 1 toughness, and knockback resistance, and this is 2 armor, but it can be upgraded to include different upgrades. This is run speed and walk speed. Upgrades can be added, and this has invulnerability can be added. So it looks like the base armor is the same, but this has upgrades. Where the boots here are 2, this is 2. This gives you toughness and knockback, and this will give you when you include the upgrades. And the upgrades are like this. These are things I've actually already been getting. And there's the invulnerability right there. So these can be added depending on what the item is to various things. So we can mix and match. With that being said, I think I'm going to... Do I have a special? I do not have a special box yet. Okay, I'm going to put this stuff in here so I don't lose track of it, and I'm going to put all the upgrades we're getting, because we're going to get, as we complete dire things, we'll probably get more. And I have another one of those. I'm going to put that away. Yeah. So, and this finally finished. Okay. So let's go claim our reward for the armor. I know I'm kind of jumping around here. Yeah, okay, so we have another one. All of these ores. If I think I can silk touch the items off of there to get these, to then enrich these to get more out of it. Which, again, more is good. And the enrichment chamber is a mechanism thing, which we need to make. Anyway. Yeah. So on that note, let's see if we have the supplies to make the enrichment chamber. And then as we start enriching things, I'll come back around and we'll finish up the ferricore. So, again, we have tiers, enrichment chamber, we need steel. Let's see if we have, I don't know if I have dielectric paste I can put away for a second here. This can be put away. Not sure why I have a piece of cobblestone, but there we go. Okay. Oh, there's more. I have 2. Okay, I have iron, so we're going to go ahead and run iron through again. We do it through, and there we go. We'll do that. Make sure I didn't stick any steel anywhere else. Don't think so. We'll take that. In fact, yeah, and let me grab some more coal. Charcoal. Again, I don't want to put... I'm walking that fine line between I want to put enough in, but not too much in, because I want to enhance, stretch my coal as much as possible, but I think I can get away with this and not feel like I'm wasting coal. Alright. So we've got more of that. Alright, so when looking at the quests here. What else did we get? Got that. Oh, upgrades. We got an upgrade as a reward, which counts. So you just needed to have an upgrade. So there's a bunch of them, and we have, yeah, we got it. So, and as you move forward, actually, it has the lower one and the upper one. So when you move up to this one, you're making this, but these show as checked. When you're here, you're making this, and these will show as checked. So this is the creature catcher that we want to make. We also want to make this pocket. We want to make all this stuff. This stuff is all amazing. But we want to be able to make creature catcher. This is an item collector. This is the energy. I mean, there's just, yeah. Surprisingly, the thing that is not here is the experience holder. But it's definitely one of those ones we want. So, mechanism. Let's grab our rewards here. So we made our crusher. We got copper. We already collected that. Yeah. So we are working our way through. Energized smelter is not as important as the enrichment chamber, so we're going to do the enrichment chamber next. Energized smelter is just a powered furnace. Here, get that back through. And I just need the first two, and then we can go ahead and make our next item. So I'm going to stand here and stare at it, and we'll grab it, and then, yeah. Smelt away. Then we'll have some extras. Okay. So, back to enrichment chamber. Now we have these over here. We have two. We've got glass. This is probably going to... Yeah. At some point also I'm going to need to come up with a better storage system, probably sooner rather than later, because, you know, I have a bunch of stuff. Alright, our steel casings. This is the core of all these machines, is this. So having a good supply of steel on hand is helpful when making all these machines. And I think I have everything I need for this. So now we have the enrichment chamber. And now we're definitely kind of in trouble. Because I need to take this stuff apart. So yeah, I'm going to take these apart. We're going to have to reposition. And yep. May even have to move the bed. Ideally, I will make some pipes to be able to move this power around, but at the moment I'm not going to worry too much about that. Let's see, I'm trying to... Yeah. I'm trying to get up here, and I can't. So let me do this. Let me... Okay, let me get a block. There. Problem solved. Sawmill up there. We will put the crusher here. And I'm randomly putting these. It doesn't really matter where these go. They just have to touch one of the faces here. I'm just trying to make it so that I can get to my bed, at least temporarily. In fact, let's move the bed. Here we go. That solves that problem. And let's move that. Because we really don't need it out. Okay, so at least temporarily we have what we need. So with the enrichment chamber, you can take a piece, and I'm just going to quickly throw one in here. Take a piece of charcoal, it will enrich it, and I'm missing a machine. I was thinking, wait, I'm missing something here, and I am. So now I can put this in here, and it gives me a bigger jump. It's worth more because it's enriched. Okay, so we now have our enrichment chamber, we have our sawmill, we have our metallurgic infuser, and we have our crusher. So we have a basic mechanism setup. We now have get these quests. So now we have this one. And just dire things. We didn't get credit for this because I built it before I'd actually gotten the 14. I'd actually built it when the number was less than 14, so it didn't give us credit, but since I picked it up, now we get credit for it. And there we go. So we've got this, and we'll talk about some of these later when we go to use them. Oh, and the fuel canister I need to put back in there. So it's just topping off. All right, so that takes care of that. How are we doing on time? We're actually doing okay. Got through a lot. Let's do our experience here. So now that I have my ferricore, no, sorry, the Blazegold. Let me make sure I get, there is one emerald, or one ender pearl. There's one emerald. We've got Blazegold, so let's see if we can make this. Oh, books. Books are actually over with magic stuff. So let me just run over. My crystals are, it's kind of, I was trying to make it look decorative as well as functional, and yeah, it's not bad. The crystals are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Books are over here. I need 2 books, and yeah. Again, I'm just trying to give us some more room until I can move into my new home, which I have yet to tackle. That beautiful thing over there. Alright, so how this guy works is, I got it. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but yeah, we'll just plop it there for now. So how this works is if you right click on it, you can, it will pull in experience, but I can actually have it, I can click on this and it'll pull in experience from me. So my experience has gone down and it's been transferred to this. Now if I do it the other way around, where I do the minus, then I get the experience back and it comes out from here. So this is just a handy storage tool. The tank works similarly, other than it converts it into liquid, and then to get it out you have to have that tap to be able to turn on and stand in front of it. They're both equally as, they have pros and cons to each of them. The nice thing about this is that I can use this not only to store my experience, but to store experience from creatures. So it can hold that as well, which is very nice when you're doing anything mob related. But there it is. So now when I die, if I can store my experience before I die, then anytime I do, like right now, if I stepped outside and got shot by a skeleton and died, I wouldn't lose any experience because I've already stored it. So it's handy in that regard. So we've got that going on, plus all of the experience that I've been getting for completing, wherever they are, I think they're here. Here, all of this, I can click on it and put it into my own bar and then transfer it into this. So anytime I need experience, I can just come over and tap into it. So having this in, even having two of these, having one in the magic area so I can do enchanting, have one in a mob area, and have one just readily handy. These are very nice to be able to just do that. And I think the lantern will pull in, works similarly. The experience, this thing, yeah, the experience lantern will pull in, here if you ponder, yeah, so it pulls in nearby orbs. So again, another good thing to have in a mob spawner where you're having, you know, you could have it pull in experience and put it into a tank. So, other things to explore. All right. We are close to time here. Did I actually achieve what I wanted to? I think so. At least enough. So the next couple of things, since we have so many spawners, is going to be setting up I think that's what it's called. Yes, this gizmo, a mob masher. This is pretty iron intensive because you need blocks of iron and swords, and you have to make 2 of those, and then you need another block of iron and some more swords and diamonds and redstone. So of all of this, the diamonds and the redstone is the stuff that's kind of trivial, but it takes a lot of iron. And I think I looked and I had some blocks of iron, but I think I converted it all into, yeah, I did. Let's see how many I have here. Do I have enough without making some more ingots? No, I won't. But that brings up a good point. Now that I have the enrichment chamber, let me show you what this guy does. So if I take, here's the enrichment chamber. So this is our first step in actually increasing our ore output, which is another reason to have this, not just to be able to stretch our coal. But if I put in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I think it's 3. So I'm putting in 3 iron. If I put this directly into a furnace, I get 3 iron makes 3 iron ingots. Here it makes 4 iron dust, and so I can put that in here and get 4 ingots. And if I have the energized smelter sitting next to it, I can feed the stuff from the enrichment chamber right into the smelter, and it will smelt, which is a nice little setup. So we're going to do that, and that noise again, enrichment chamber, we can turn that off. Yes, very quiet. You can hear the crickets in the background. All right, so I think we did really well, and I'm going to put some more experience in here. Just got a little bit more, which you get from smelting things and doing things. Yeah, so we've got a good setup here. I have plenty of the boxes. I've got plenty of planks and sticks. Yeah, and as I mentioned, I think in the previous episode, with the sawmill, if you pick up items that are wood that you don't want, like the trees around here are ironwood logs. I actually prefer oak. And I've got mineral logs, but so if you need planks for anything, you can run it through here and you get more planks. In fact, here, I'll just... So, instead of getting 4 planks, you get 6. So again, stretching for a little bit of energy you can stretch and get some extra planks. You can take sticks and make sawdust, which is handy. You can take planks and make sticks, so it's this constant sort of rotating thing, and with this sawdust you can make these cardboard boxes. So very useful tools. I think we did get all of the quests claimed. We did. So in terms of iron spells, I think next time we're going to get a little bit more. We're doing things here, but because we did not start with a scroll forge, we're not getting credit for any of the stuff we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and yeah, this takes crying obsidian, and I haven't seen any yet that I've been able to, I found obsidian, but not crying obsidian, so we need to get that. And the deep slate, I think I picked up a little bit. Maybe. Thought I did. Yes, deep slate. So I haven't polished the deep slate yet, which is running it through the furnace twice. But since I don't have crying obsidian, yeah, there's the husk roaming around my orchard. So I think since we've got this set up, we've got our experience that's being stored. Next time, we still haven't found a village, and I still haven't done a lot of surface exploring, so we may just pack up some supplies and go explore the surface and see what is out there. Yeah, because this is not a great... The sun's coming up, and so that, I think, was an accident. I hit I hit my spell key. Yes. Yeah, we're looking good here. We are looking good. So being able to multiply our ores a little bit. So getting that happening, and is a good thing. And yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and stop here. If you have any comments, any questions, please feel free to add them below, and I will read and reply to them. If you did enjoy this episode and found it useful and entertaining, please give me a like. I really appreciate that. And if you have not yet subscribed, please do so you can get alerted to when I have new content. I'm going to try to be getting videos out at least once a week, so look for those, and hope you enjoyed this Craftoria Let's Play. I am Cuberized. Thank you so much, and signing off. See you next time. Bye.